My guest tonight is a very talented actress and comedian whose films include Dave, Beethoven, and Jumanji. You know, that candy treat for kids. You can also see her every week in her own CBS sitcom, Bonnie. Please welcome the lovely Bonnie Hunt. Bonnie Hunt. Excellent work. I gotta come up and have a seat. I am so pleased to see you. Dressed up and raring to go.
Very funny, your expression when I came out. I got here and I had on a jersey and jeans because I just flew in from Chicago.
Right, which sounds like a joke, but not. You've actually been flying around
sounds like
quite
a joke,
frequently.
does it?
Well, you know when you say I just flew in and, you know, the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, I studied the comedy.
I know, you're very good.
Oh, really? Have you been, you must be jetting all over the place because you're doing a lot of promotion for the show and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get that little engine that could going.
Do you get jet lag? Do you get a...
No, not really. I mean, it doesn't bother me.
Right.
But it does, you know, wears you out a little bit. But you're just so lucky when you're really busy.
Right.
Although you complain about it at the time. When you're not working, you're like, what happened to the old days?
I know. I heard that busy thing is fun.
It is fun.
You ever take the melatonin when you get the...
No, I would never take anything.
Really?
No, no, no. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of aspirin.
Why?
Because I just feel like if you take something, like what if you took a melatonin to sleep and all of a sudden there was a fire and you're like, I can't get up. Like, that would happen to me. A burglar would come in the house and one night I'd take a sleeping pill. Go ahead, take everything. I'm so tired. You know?
It would.
Yeah, so I don't like that. It's like a loss of control. It would make me crazy.
I think that's what I like about it.
Do you?
Yeah.
You took one tonight, didn't you,
I
John?
took two. That and some Robitussin, and I am raring to go.
That guy, anyway, I come in my jeans and my jersey, and one of the guys that works on the show said to me 3 times, I can't believe how different you look. And I thought, is that a compliment?
Yeah.
You know, after 3 hours of makeup and 6 people working on my hair.
They keep calling me Greg, so believe me. The whole thing is working out.
Greg.
How long were you in Chicago for? Were you there for, what were you doing there? We met in Chicago. We met at a wedding.
No, we met before that. You were doing that kooky show on HBO.
What kooky show on HBO?
It was like SAS or something. What was it called? Don't you remember? And I was a guest.
Oh, right.
It was a really long time ago.
Short Attention Span Theater on Comedy Central, something like that. And then we went to a wedding in Chicago.
That's right. Our friend Jeff
Which I have
Garland
pictures
got
of.
married.
I think you'll love these. They're darling. No, I don't really. I don't have any pictures.
I went to Chicago on Saturday.
Right.
Flew back to LA on Sunday.
What were you doing in Chicago?
Hosting the Chicago Film Critics Awards. And it was really great. All these famous people showed up. It was just like a mini Academy Award.
Who was there?
Well, no one you guys know. No,
Not that famous. Ernie Banks.
Yeah, Ernie Banks. Well, that's pretty cool.
No, Ernie Banks is cool.
Oliver Stone was there.
Yeah.
And Nicolas Cage, Kevin Spacey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really great.
Serious. Did Ebert and Siskel crash the whole time?
Yes, they were there.
Really? Mm-hmm. Are they cool kids? Do they give it a rest with the thumb thing? Do you ever go like, how you liking the food?
You know what's so great?
Oh, that's great.
They love to dance together.
They love to dance together? Who leads?
No,
that is unbelievable.
fast dancing. Fast dancing. They really do. They were really cutting up the rug.
Now, wait a minute.
One minute, one of them would sit down, the other one, you know, Roger, come on, let's get back out there.
Together?
All night. Unbelievable.
You know, thank God they're famous, because that doesn't fly probably in Chicago with that.
That wouldn't go very well.
Did it jitterbug mostly?
Yeah, that and the shuffle. Dun, dun, dun,
you know, you say this so matter-of-factly, as though watching Ron...
I'm completely lying, that's why. I just made it up. But... I'm sorry, John. John, your T-shirt is showing.
And did we actually meet in a wedding?
Your T-shirt is showing.
That's what I'm wearing underneath my vest.
You might want to tuck it in.
I can't. It's under my vest. You don't want to see the hair pie I got under here. Look at this thing.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that nice? Yeah.
Wow.
Sephardic.
I didn't know you had a sweater on underneath there.
Yeah, man. Israeli army, baby. I got it all working. I got it all shaking.
That poor John.
In the fight.
Can you imagine?
You know
when my parents fought, my mother would run around and shut every window.
Really?
Because God forbid anybody heard them arguing. Could you imagine if somebody was following them with a camera?
I just think that's an invasion of privacy as far as I can see.
Oh,
and that's why I
horrible.
showed it to prove that point.
Well, you know, it's too late now. I mean, you made a joke out of it. I think that maybe.
Well, you know what we tried to do? We tried to diffuse the tension.
I think that's what you were trying to do.
That's what we're doing on this show.
I think we're all here to help.
No way we were making fun of it. That was purely, you know what that was? Diplomacy. Here's what I think we should do next. Show a little video in the Middle East of something, do a little voiceover dub of it. The whole thing is done. Then they go, oh, we are so silly. And they hug, and the whole thing is, am I right there?
You are, John.
It's hard to be that guy, I would think. Or his girlfriend, because they got so much, you know, pressure and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind trying being his girlfriend to see what the pressure was like.
You're a married woman.
Oh, I know, but my husband would understand. It's John F. Kennedy.
Are you serious?
I mean, John, yeah.
I would just like to dance with him at an award show. I think that's the only thing I want to do.
No, I just felt bad for him because I think that's like everybody's worst nightmare.
Right.
Even in a restaurant, when you start having a fight, you're afraid people are listening to you.
Yeah. Do you do that? Do you eavesdrop on people when they're? Is that how you pick up some character stuff sometimes if you hear people talking?
Sure, you don't mean to, but it is, you know, amusing to hear somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
You always see that in New York too. The best fights are out on the street. Like you always see people, and they're always like going to the prom.
Well, it depends on your family, but.
Right. Well, you don't know them usually.
It certainly happen at home.
Yeah, but they're going to the prom, and you always see like, you know, screw you, Amanda. You know, and then she throws up on the dress and all. Yeah, you know.
And the last line is always, "You never loved me."
Right. Exactly. And he's like, "I loved you," but he's like 17. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
so cute.
It
That's
is.
so sweet. Remember those days?
Yeah. What were you voted in high school? Were you voted anything?
Most likely to conceive. No, it's an old joke. Such an old joke. No, I really wasn't voted anything.
Really?
No, I was kind of, you know, I had two older sisters in school, and they were always in all the shows. I was kind of more shy.
Were you in their shadow? You were.
No, I thought they were great. I thought I could never do that.
Right.
You know, they were like.
So you were like Cindy, and they were like Marsha and Jen.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I was more like Peter. To be perfectly honest.
Oh my God. Well, that's good. That's a good thing.
I loved high school, though.
Did you really?
Yeah, because well, first I went to an all-girls high school, so you
And
never
that
had to
was
worry
fun?
about wearing a bunch of different outfits or looking great.
No, was this a religious school, like a Catholic school, or?
Yes.
Was it very strict, very disciplined?
Very strict. I remember one time the principal got on the loudspeaker and said, I guess a girl and a guy were like, said kiss each other once before the girl went into school. You know, her boyfriend.
That happens.
And we weren't allowed to kiss our boyfriends or have a cigarette within a 4-mile radius of the school.
How do they patrol this?
They did. Are you kidding? Nuns on motorbikes.
Really?
Oh, they were right.
I'm sorry, this is their habits, I'm thinking?
That's right,
Okay.
that's good.
They don't usually have flowing blonde hair, I don't think.
I always wondered what was under those habits. And,
I can tell you.
We should.
Oh, no, I'm just kidding. No. You know, we were Jewish. They couldn't do anything to us. You know?
They were powerless.
We didn't have to listen to them.
No, but the principal got on the speaker and said, to the young lady who insisted on making love to her boyfriend, because they kissed.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was, and I remember the nuns telling us, like in 7th grade, just think of the germs you get when you kiss somebody, and I thought, is this right that they're telling us this?
Is that true?
Yes.
We got to take a commercial break.
Huh?
We got to take a
go
commercial
ahead.
break. All right, can I please?
Yeah, I'm gonna go pinch everybody.
Goose them. Come on, it's midnight.
Wake
It's
up!
1:30. All right, we're going to take a commercial. We're coming right back with Bonnie Hunt after that.
Where are you going? I'm gonna get ready for work. You need sleep. I can't sleep. I gotta go.
Bonnie, look, I can clean your table. Look at that. I can get the chair.
Wow, that's impressive.
And look at the counter.
Oh, it's like a science fiction movie. Wait, Keith, put it back.
Okay.
Ready? All right, let's be the
Take
girls.
it out?
Okay. Yeah, science fiction movie. Ready?
Oh, okay.
Okay. What are we gonna do tonight with our parents not home?
God, I don't know. I hope
Hope we're safe. I know. God forbid.
Is that show, is some of that improvised? Because it just seems so much more spontaneous than
Well-
anything in sitcom form that I've ever seen.
I know. That's why I like it so much, because it's very different. We do the show straight through, as
Right.
you know, if we were live. And we don't put any laugh track on it. We don't sweeten it. If something doesn't get a laugh, it just dies miserably.
Right.
Which you know, it might be just not worth it today because people are just so trained to hearing the laughs every 2 lines.
But it's also more theatrical pacing as well. It's not the
Right.
standard sitcom setups, it seems.
Right, I say to the actors, if something should happen or you think of something funny or something falls off a table, just work it into the show, and we just leave it in. And there really are some wonderful moments because of it.
Right.
And my character plays a newscaster on the show, and instead of writing news stories, I go to Chicago and shoot real news stories with real people, and they're completely improvised,
And
and we
they
do
come
them on the
together.
street, and they're really neat.
Yeah, those are the great ones.
Yeah.
Now, you were on hiatus with this show. Now
Right.
it's back, the same show, though. The other
Right,
one
we
was a
shot
different
the
show.
shows, we shot 15 episodes, and I think we were about to do the last 2, and they took us off the air.
Right.
Which was a big vote of confidence. But they wanted to give us a better time slot. We were on Friday nights, and we were kind of dying there.
Right.
And the last hit on Friday nights was like Dallas. That was 15 years ago. So I did an episode where we were all in cowboy hats. That did nothing. And,
That wasn't what made Dallas the big hit?
No, I found that out. And so they put us on Sunday nights after Sybil now, and we just started last Sunday. So I don't think it'll be a long-lived thing if we don't get the numbers right away, although I think this is kind of an acquired taste because it has a completely different rhythm.
Feeling that pressure, do you change what you want to do when you feel the pressure? How much do you incorporate what you think people want to see versus what you really want to do into your show?
You know, I think our show is different than the way television is right now, but it's not very different than our lives.
Right.
So I think it does take a little adjustment to watch it, but right now I'm at a point in my career where I'm doing what I really love, and if it doesn't work, you know, and I'm starving, then you start to switch gears and say, okay, you know, I can do the setup.
Hello,
punchline.
game show.
Yeah, hey, wacky neighbor, you know, yeah.
Right.
But right now, I'm really trying to do something I believe in, and, you know, I look at The Honeymooners, I can see the same episode 20 times, but because it was done in front of that live audience, there's a certain performance and energy that you just don't see on TV because everything's so cut and pasted together.
Back then also, though, it seemed that the audiences were not quite as jaded about what they were going to see, that they would, I think, let something unfold.
Yeah, they weren't so programmed. They were really listening. And our show, you do have to listen.
I know you're on, like, the promotional crazy tour. You've done, how many interviews has it been? And
actually, what I did Dave's show the other night, it was my 39th interview that day on television.
We're number 40.
You're, 50.
You've done 11 since then?
Yeah.
But this is still, I think, very special.
This is great.
No.
You know what's so weird is that you're actually, it's so hard to go out and you're talking about yourself. Then they change the name of the show to Bonnie.
Right.
So it's like, here's Bonnie from Bonnie, and I come out, I go, more about me, and it's just like, oh, gosh, there's 10 people on the show that work so hard, I mean, the actors, to make the show look good. I wish it could be like Bonnie, Mark, Holly, Brian.
That's
like,
a long
put all
one.
our
Then you'd
names.
have a name like the New Kids on the Block, and you don't want that.
They just roll it.
You don't want all the kids on there with Donnie and Eric, and then all like, yeah.
I asked them if they were going to change Murder, She Wrote to Jessica, but they didn't like
I think
that
they're
in
going
the
to change
meeting.
it to something else.
No.
Matlock, for ladies.
It's very funny.
Do you think?
Sure.
I thought they really almost moved
Why not?
when I said that.
Oh, the audience?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
What are,
Well, no fake. No fake.
I thought for a second something fell in there, because I almost heard someone...
They're very nice, so they're listening, and I like the guy in this. Oh, gosh, this Forbes is here. That's amazing. He's running for president.
You know what?
And he's
Right,
sitting
exactly.
right in the front row. And look at the camera go to him so quickly. Don't.
We only have one. When I came out earlier, I referred to him as Bob Dornan. So here we are, both.
Oh,
Here's the thing.
You're much better looking, sir.
That's what I said.
You're very handsome. You're much better looking.
He invited me to Salt Lake City to stay at his house. Isn't that right, sir? He invited me to Salt Lake City to stay at his house, and I asked him the kind of valuables he had around, and he said, not many, and I'm not going. Because that's the way things go. But we're going to take a commercial. They are lovely. We'll take another commercial, and Bonnie's going to go up and body surf over the audience because she likes him very much. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to later.
Wow.
It is now...
Oh, no. We should have turned the camera on Mr. Forbes earlier.
Isn't that nice?
Unbelievable.
Now you just see what a few free Zagnut bars do to an audience. They go crazy for the treats.
Zagnut, that's a funny word. Always have it handy when you're a comic.
A Z.
That's
Z
right.
or a P,
or
for God's
a
sakes.
hard consonant.
Go crazy. How about you? I would think that when you talked about the Honeymooners, Audrey Meadows was probably an idol. Like was it Lucy, Audrey Meadows? Who were the ladies of comedy that you looked to?
Claudette Colbert, who's an actress from years ago.
Right.
But Audrey Meadows, I was so lucky. I did a show called Davis Rules where Jonathan Winters played my dad and Audrey Meadows was my mom. So talk about
that's going to
the
college
greatest
right
job
there,
in the entire world, yeah. And we did our first scene together, and Audrey walked in, and I kind of had my hands on my hips, and we're standing there, and we're doing the lines back and forth, and I go, Audrey, and she goes, what? I go, I think I've been imitating you for so long. Now that you're here, I got to think of something to do.
No, but it's perfect because she's your mom.
But I didn't even realize it. Yeah,
you know, because then you
right.
could do your...
But she was the sweetest woman in the entire world. And I did my first series that I wrote, The Building, at CBS. She called and yelled at them when they canceled it. She goes, hi, this is Audrey Meadows, and I think it's terrible that you can't... Yeah,
oh,
she roughed them up.
That's so great. Yeah, no, when my show went off the air, Pat Sajak called and said,
wow.
You can't do that to him, you know.
I think he does that for like all the shows.
Does he really?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and then in the background you just heard, you know, big money, big money. You know, something I don't remember really. But,
look at me. I'm doing courtesy laps.
I know, exactly.
I'm like at a cocktail party, really?
That's wonderful, so charming. Get Noel Coward in here.
Name dropper.
Oh, I know. We used to drink together. It's not a big thing.
I went to my sister's school this morning. to talk to the fourth graders.
Oh, as a teacher. I was going to say, that's young.
No,
She teaches.
my parents, they always waited years in between each of the children. No, she teaches fourth grade at a school in Chicago.
Right.
And the thing that cracks me up is that you know how your family starts to get into the business after you're in it for a while? At first, it's like really novel, and then she goes, I don't know if you're up for the show. I'm not going to answer questions for fourth graders. She was like,
She was calling it
Are
a
you into
show?
it, baby? Come on, let's go. What's your gig? What are you opening with? I'm like, opening? Talking to fourth graders. My sister, she grows a pinky ring, you know, she's smoking. I'm like, what happened to you?
If you do well there, can she book you in junior high? Can she get you? Can she get you to the next level from that?
Oh, they were so funny.
What were these kids like? What do they ask you? What do they want to know about?
They want to know if I've ever met John Claude Van Damme.
Have you?
No, but these, of course, I said I dated him. They're like, yay! You know.
I'm his girl.
You can say whatever you want. You know, and they talk about the Beethoven movies and Jumanji. You know, they want to just talk about that stuff.
Right.
And then one kid will get a laugh saying something. Like one kid stood up and said, "My dog was so happy when I came home one day that he jumped on me and my pants went down." So I go, oh, and all the kids laugh riotously, you know. And of course, I immediately put it in my repertoire. And then the next kid gets up and he puts his hand up and I go over and he goes, "My dog was my pants and then down." And I'm like, oh. Then the third kid, the little girl, she goes, "I have a cat and he's pulling on my pants and they went down." And it was like a half an hour of animals pulling pants down. And I'm just going,
Well, with that image, we're going to take a commercial, I think. No, that's good. We'll be right back with Bonnie R. Hey, welcome back. We're here with Bonnie Hunt. We're joining her. The show is Bonnie.
Sunday nights after Sybil. Come on, you guys, help me out.
Help her out.
I just want a
Come
shot
on.
at it, like they say in Chicago.
It's a very good show.
Did somebody else?
They said something very loving, I think, from the audience. That's what I heard. But congratulations on it. I hope it works out for you because you're very funny, and I want to thank you for coming by. I imagine you had a very good time here tonight.
I did. I had a great time. Thank you very much.
Bonnie Hunt! Thank you very much. Coming up next right now is probably some lady trying to sell you exercise equipment, so enjoy that. We'll see you next time.
Bye, you guys.